Good morning, everybody. We're going to call this meeting to order. Mr. Boudreau, would you do a roll call, please?
Chris Pence.
Here.
Stephen Duffenbaugh.
Here.
Gary Miet.
Here.
Senior. Robert Parks is absent. Christopher Pence, we did. Thomas Boudreau, present. Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Boudreau. Is there any public comment? Being none, we're going to go to old business, the reading of the minutes from October 21st.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion we accept the minutes as written.
I second that motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Boudreau to accept the minutes as written, seconded by Mr. Pence. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. New business, installer complaint. Rebecca and Ariel Mouton filed a complaint. Troxy, you want to fill us in on this?
Yes, Rebecca and BSW, please come to the front. Rebecca and Ariel Mouton filed a complaint against BSW Enterprises LLC BB's mobile home transport regarding the installation of her manufactured home. So when Mr. Williams received his letter regarding repairing the perimeter block, he appealed his violation, and that's why we're here today. And I'm sorry, Mr.
What about B&S Movers, the transport company? Are they here? Are you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right here.
And we're going to have Mr. Steve Duke to swear both of them in.
You would raise your right hand. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yeah.
Okay, Troxy, would you kind of explain to the commissioners what the complaint is about?
The complaint was filed against BSW alleging that he was hired originally to block and anchor the home, but once the home was brought there, the price changed and the homeowner decided to anchor her own home. When we went out and did an inspection, it shows the perimeter block incorrect. So since that's considered blocking, Mr. Williams would be responsible for correcting that perimeter, and then the homeowner, Ms. Mouton, would have to hire somebody else to actually anchor the home. Mr. Williams alleges that he blocked the home enough just to get his truck from under it, and that if he goes out and repairs that perimeter, then he would be responsible for actually anchoring the home as well, instead of just what he was paid to do. There's a complaint in the file, as well as an inspection report, as well as pictures, as well as a letter from the Mr. Williams about what he did for the job.
Has the homeowner applied for installation sticker?
She has not.
Is there anything in our installation that separates the two, the blocking from the anchor? I thought
There
installation
is.
included delivering, blocking, leveling, anchoring. I thought that was all part of the installation program.
There is such a thing as just transport only. Where the installer would just transport the home to the location and then put enough blocks for them to get their truck from under it, and then the installer needs to be there at that time starting to finish the blocking and the anchoring of it. If you look at the pictures as well as the complaint and his response, it may give you more insight as to what he did.
Hey, Trotsy,
Yes, sir.
is she legally allowed to tie that house down to code? She was going to handle that herself, essentially?
And she can do that herself by doing it and then applying for her own permit sticker, or she can hire another licensed installer to do that.
I got you.
Ms. Muto, did you apply for an installation sticker?
No, I didn't apply because
You didn't know?
yeah, I didn't know the blocking wasn't done correctly, so I didn't apply for anything.
Sir, let me ask you something. So you were hired to block the house?
No, sir. I have my state contract that she signed before and after that clearly states that I wasn't going to block and anchor the house for her.
Well-
We discussed doing it, and so we started to do the job on one day. And when I got out there and looked and seen she was going to need some additional materials because her anchors weren't to code, we pushed it back so she could go through one more pay period to get the money to purchase the anchors and the materials that needed to set the code. And then the day we went to do it, when we got to St. Martinville to her delivery end, she didn't have the money or wouldn't go get the money. And I told her, by law, we have to set the home, either set it completely to code or I can do none of the job. And she's like, well, I can get the anchors cheaper from Lowe's. I'll get somebody else to set my house. And I tried to explain to him the anchors at Lowe's don't have the bell caps, so they can be cheaper, but it's still not going to be code. And so her and her mother decided it would be cheaper for them to get someone else to set the house. So I marked on here that I was going to put just enough blocks to get my tires and axles off the home. And Miss Ariel signed it, and we were fine. And Ms. Roxy knows that if I have something wrong in a home, I go back and fix it. But if I go back and fix the perimeters, it's going to time, because I didn't block it, it's going to time me to the whole setup.
I don't think you're obligated to go back and fix the perimeter. That would be my opinion. The other thing I would say is, Ms. Muto, who did you hire to block the house?
I didn't hire anybody, and it's insane that he's saying that my stuff wasn't up to code when he moved my trailer out of a mobile park. I've had my trailer in a mobile park for 2 years.
So it was a used home.
Yes.
Yes,
Right,
it was a
Charles?
used home,
It's
and
a
the people
secondary.
who moved me before, they anchored it down, they blocked it, they even replaced the straps that I needed to replace. And when he talked to my mother, he did say that he was going to anchor and block it. And so I paid him $3,600, and that's on there, on the receipt, $3,600. And when he told me all on there, he put the total was $3,800. So you're saying that all we owed him was $280, and that's what we had. When he put it down and everything, he came up and was like, we needed $600 more. Where did that come from? You said all we needed, and then also he said that all we needed was extra straps that was gonna cost $15 to $20. That's it. He didn't say anything else about $600 more. And what he wrote on the receipt, that was written on the 18th. When I paid him on the 14th, and he put $3,600 deposit, and he put the total as $3,800. I'm not here to get over on anybody. It's been 3 months since I can't move in my home. I can't plumb it. I can't do nothing because it's not blocked off right, and it's pointless to do any plumbing.
So you don't have electricity right
I don't have nothing. I can't even live in it. And I have a daughter.
now? Commissioners, y'all got any questions?
Well, this is what I think. I don't. We're here to make a decision on whether or not the installer violated the installation process when he didn't install it. He charged her for moving the house there, temporary blocking it so you could get your running gear off
No.
of it. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Incorrect.
I have my contract, and then I also have my installer's report where I'll let Ms. Roxy know I'll
That
transport
could have
it
been done
over.
after. but
So
okay.
you didn't right, and I think what we have here, I think is more of a civil matter and not us.
That is insane. That is
You
ridiculous.
you moved the house. She paid you for what you did,
Yes, sir.
and you did not perform it. You had to upgrade some of the material, so it was going to be extra, and I understand that. But you didn't break any laws. You charged for exactly what you did.
Yes, sir. And on the contract, she talks about it gets to $600, and at $20 an anchor, when you got to furnish 40 anchors and 40 straps, it doesn't
Okay,
take
but we
long
told
to
you
get
that
to
we were
there.
going to find someone else to anchor it down.
Let's do this one at a time, okay? Ms. Muto, if you want to speak, Go ahead. But I don't want nobody interrupting.
He's
and-
lying. This is ridiculous. He's getting over. I'm not $3,600, $3,800 wasted. Literally. I can call my mother. He spoke to my mother. This is what he told. I'm just gonna pull this out of. Ridiculous. I'm 30 years old. I've dealt with someone, Mo's mobile home, to move my trailer. Never had any issues.
Then how much did you pay them?
I paid because I had to have some axles put. I paid $43.50 and I paid it up front. I gave it to them. No problems. They anchored it down, they blocked it, everything. Changed straps.
Well, based upon what he's saying, is if you'd have paid him the extra $600, he would have been within your guidelines and had the house blocked, leveled, and anchored. You'd have been at $4,200.
Okay, but that's fine. Okay, if he didn't want to anchor it down, fine. He could have blocked it off correctly. I could have paid someone else to.
Okay.
That's fine. I'm done talking.
Well, wait,
I'm fine. This is ridiculous.
He can't do
He
that.
can't just.
Okay, I understand. All
He
right,
cannot
okay.
just block
Understand.
it and not
Understood.
anchor it.
I understood.
All right, it's my.
Make a motion.
I make a motion that that BB Transports didn't do anything illegal in his set, and that the item before us is more of a civil matter and something that we don't have jurisdiction to address.
Yeah, I'll second that at this point.
I have a motion by Mr. Boudreau, I guess, to just
But dismiss the complaint.
dismiss the complaint.
Wow.
Seconded by Mr. Deffenbaugh. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries.
Have a good day.
Okay, permit office inquiry. The Terrebonne Parish Office would like to know if they can inspect the installation of manufactured homes.
Do we have anyone here from Terrebonne Parish?
I don't think so. Troxy, you want to?
So they emailed us asking basically that if they would be able to inspect the blocking and anchoring foundation of manufactured homes. As of now, we inspect the installation of manufactured homes. That may be something you would have to get with your attorney about, if that would be okay for them, and how you would go about doing that. So if you want to table this to a later meeting.
Well, hold on, let's, Brad, you want to,
Mr. Chair, could I address that, please?
please, yeah?
The building officials have the authority to inspect the foundation, though not at the current time do they have the ability to inspect the blocking, stabilization, and tie downs or leveling of such. That question has been answered 7 to 8 times in the last 3 months on the Code Council side. I think the proper jurisdiction for that answer would be the Code Council.
So, Troxy, you're going to contact them and let them know?
Yes.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Mr. Duke was raising his hand there.
I didn't see him. I saw him on the phone. Mr. Duke?
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Steve Duke. I'm here on behalf of the Manufactured Housing Association. Just by way of context, to at least touch on it and maybe even add more confusion to it. If you go back to Hurricane Katrina and Rita was the last time I think all this was addressed, when the code was upgraded to deal with the hurricanes and stuff on a site-built level. But part of the problem was, after it happened, the storms, there was a lot of people that, in some of the smaller jurisdictions around the state finally started opening their books and looking at the code and started enforcing codes. And one of the things that one of the legislators from North Louisiana, or at least a couple of them, came in. There was one jurisdiction in the north part of the state that I remember. We didn't have anything to do with it, but it was something that came up. And I've listened to the debate on it. But functionally, one of the local jurisdictions was charging like, $500 to go in and inspect a set of stairs or steps in a driveway or something, just to, inspect some concrete that was poured. And that legislator and several of the others from up in that area were really upset. So they put something in a law that's in the contractor section. It's not in the manufactured housing section, but basically on the inspection side that would prohibit a lot of it. So I just want to make sure that whenever that comes up, that at least you start looking at that, because that was one of the reasons. It was a prohibition that, I think the director and what he's talking about is a valid point. I think there's a gap in there that needs to be addressed. It's probably going to have to be addressed by legislation to make sure that everything is covered and there's not anything slipping through the gaps. But I do know that there's been a prohibition, and I'm just not sure. It's like I said, that was 20 years ago, and as my memory fades and I get close to retirement next month, this might be the last commission meeting that you guys are going to see me at. But it's been a pleasure. But if I can help in any way, please let me know. I'd be happy to help.
I remember this when Katrina happened, and they were levying these extra costs on customers that already had lost just about everything to go out and inspect the stairs, the steps, decks, carports.
But even that was one of them was a driveway and a set of steps, and that was, I think, what set this legislature off. But I do know that there's something that needs to be done, and I'm even after I'm retired, I'd certainly be willing to help. The executive director and you guys find something to fix that particular hole that I think does exist.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Any other discussion on this? All right, we're going to go to new licenses. Troxy, do we have any?
We have no new license applications.
Then we'll close that. Mr. Duke, you got anything to say?
Nothing more, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Dunn?
No, sir.
Mr. Franklin?
No, sir.
Troxy?
Our next commission meeting is scheduled for December 16th. If anyone has an issue with attending, please email me as soon as possible.
Any public comment on any of these reports? Any reason to go into executive session?
No.
No? Then I need a motion.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I second that motion.
I have a motion by Mr. Boudreau to adjourn, seconded by Mr. Pence. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
The motion carries. We are adjourned.